What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. As you can obviously see, we in a different car, but I'm gonna get to that later. About to go take the trash out. Let's go ahead and get this day started. So yeah, this is a 2007 Mustang GT. Somebody was staring at me. And just bought it like a week ago. I'm gonna take it down to a little park, do a quick little review on it, show the outside. It's pretty nice. Got 95,000 miles on it. Let me show you right there. And yeah, man, I got it for a steal. Paid $6,800 for it. Nice car. I really like it. I'm gonna talk about the outside in just a second. All right, one of the first things I kind of don't like is the e-brake. You gotta pull it up about a mile high. And look how high it's gotta go. Like, look at this. Like, who wants to do this? Like, that's crazy. Don't understand. That's Ford for you. Look at this trash. Ugh. Get rid of these JDM owners. Let you hear the exhaust. One of the things I do like is that everything is completely stock on this car. I put the radio in myself the night I got it, or the night after. The night after I got it on a Friday. But everything besides that is bone stock. Owned by an older guy. I think the transmission had went out, so he sold it. Another guy bought it. More for like a cash flip. Bought it, put the transmission in, and sold it. And now I'm the owner of it. Yeah, I like it though. You know what? Instead of a park, actually, I'm gonna just take it to a car wash. It's about that time. I washed it like 2 days ago. But this Alabama weather sucks, so you know how that be. Pull up. Alright. We are in there, boys. Alright, so while we're going through the car wash, one of the very first things that I noticed was the difference between driving a front wheel drive and a rear wheel drive. Is one, the clutch noise, having a drivetrain, a hearable drivetrain. I don't really know how it was on the front wheel drive. I don't know if they have one or not. And obviously, you know, like burnouts and whatever. When I first bought the car, went down the road, and did a burnout, and I'm so used to having control of it from spinning in the front that I almost wrecked my car. Literally, like within 2 hours of having it, because the power is controllable. It's just the fact of knowing or remembering that your wheels are spinning in the back now. That's the biggest difference I can think of between a front wheel drive and a rear wheel drive car. Power is a little bit more powerful, well, about 100 horsepower more powerful. So it's not something significantly different. Yeah. I mean, going from a Korean car to an American car is pretty different jump. This has always been my dream car, as a Mustang GT. I've been watching Mustang car shows and Mustang weeks since I was about 14 years old, and it's pretty cool to have one now. You know, like I said, it's still bone stock. I only had it for like a week, so I haven't done much to it, but you know, obviously given time, a lot's gonna get done to it. And let me find a parking spot. Parking this last stall. So anybody gonna fool with me? Okay. Buying this car was more of a little leap of faith. No, I didn't pay for it in full out of my pocket. I did do a loan, and I was very nervous, really, on doing it because obviously you got to pay it back, and you know it's affect your credit and all that, and you know how that goes. But shout out to Tall Guy Reviews and Fresh Kicks, because you know, it really inspired me to just go and do it. No day is promised, so I want to accomplish what I can while I can. And now I'm in a position to be able to A, pay the loan back, and B, be able to responsibly own this car. I've been wanting it, and my dad been pushing it off, and I'm kind of happy he did, because probably wouldn't have been the smartest guy driving it, you know, being as younger, because I'm only 22 now. But you know, trying to be that 18-year-old with a Mustang, you know how that usually goes. So now I'm in a position, in mind state, of owning this car with good intentions. I plan on driving it well. You know, obviously I'm gonna do a little something here and there, make it loud, make it sound good. But the main goal is to just hold on to it, own it, you know. Even with the loan, there's nothing that can take this car away from me, because the loan is just through the bank. It's not a car loan. It's nothing of that sort. But man, I'm really happy with my purchase. You know, comment what I should do. I mean, I got some ideas, but they're not complete. Any Mustang owners, please let me know what type of exhaust is best. I mean, I know it varies. People all have their different opinions, but let me know about exhaust. I was thinking about getting a new intake manifold. Which one? Just comment and let me know what you think is best for the car, and keeping its reliability, because I do drive it back and forth to work. So I don't want to put like a, you know, supercharger, turbocharger on it. I mean, not turbocharger, but a turbo on it, and not be able to go anywhere or do anything without, you know, worrying if it's going to, who knows, you know what I'm saying, worrying if something's going to end up blowing the motor up. But yeah, anything from interior upgrades to exterior, obviously engine, drivetrain, axles, anything you can let me know. It will all be helpful. I'm real new to the community of Mustangs. Although I've been watching them forever, it's different when you own it. It's a lot different. Speaking of different, this shit eats gas. Like, it feels like I'm pouring the gas on the floor every 3 days. Compared to my little Tiburon that'll take 27 for a full, at least 5 days driving back and forth to work at the least. This car does not give me that. Actually, just looking at it now, and I filled it up, what's today, Sunday? I filled it up Friday night, and I'm already past a quarter, which is not bad. I mean, I drove a little bit yesterday, so this car is killing me on that aspect, but I would expect it being a V8. So yeah, let's get to this exterior. All right, we're done with the wash. About to pull it to the little parking lot over there. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's go ahead and park it real quick. Do a little reviewing on the outside. Ain't gonna take too long. Ain't that much to show. Okay. Just the outside of it. It's got a little bit of chip paint and some hail dents. You can kind of see them. A little tough to see. It's a little windy as well, so it might sound bad. Really nice. And this is the only other problem too. It's got a fading spot right there on the car. But that's it. Got they painted them red. Everything is how I bought it. Like I said, I haven't done anything to it. It's the back of it. These bright ass red headlights. Okay, bye. That's the exhaust. Still stop. Yeah. Show under the hood real quick. I guess. So the 3V. And don't laugh at my Jesus Crocs, you know. Ugh. It's the motor. Like I said, everything's completely stopped. Older guy had it, didn't really do much to it, just owned it, drove it a little bit. Sounds good to me. Gotta put some more coolant in the car. Still good on everything else though. And if you can hear that little ticking on it, I did some Googling, and they say it's like some type of like high rise because of the intake or whatever it is. But not knowing much about that, because my tiburon really did, it made that noise, but it stopped after like 5 minutes of warming up the car. It didn't do it at regular temperatures. So that almost caused me not to buy the car. I was really nervous about that. Excuse me. I was nervous about that because I didn't want to buy a problem, even though I got it for a pretty high price. Somewhat. People, not everybody's trustworthy, you know. So people still trying to get you, even though it's based off, you know, the 95,000 mile. You know, they expect people to jump and run to their car. So yeah, that was one of the things. But my brother owns a 2006 Mustang GT as well. I'm gonna put a picture of it inside the video. But yeah, he told me it's a common thing. His doesn't do it anymore. His completely modded out. Intake manifold, air intake, suspension, drilled and slotted rotors, the whole, everything you can think of. He didn't do it all to it. Well, he didn't do it. He bought it like that. Exhaust got Magnaflows, loud as hell. I think his is a push start as well. His is push start. The guy who owned it before, and they put a push start right there, which is pretty neat, low key. But I wouldn't want it, solely because I don't think you can, like, they don't really fit. I'd rather have the push start over here where it's usually supposed to be at. I'm gonna do a more in-depth video later on the difference between KTM and domestic, being that, you know, I've had experience inside Hyundai for a little over a year, and jumping into this car, it was a huge difference, especially clutch wise. Lord, clutch is a lot heavier, and it's a lot more spacious in this car. It's a further push down than it was in my Tiburon, and actually that made me nervous when I was going to sell it, because I haven't drove it before. After I bought the car, seatbelt. After I bought this car, I didn't drive the Tiburon at all, so I can get used to this. And I hopped back in it, you know, to take it to the guy that bought it, and I pushed the clutch in, and it feels like, you know, it's like a loose cable or something to that effect. And I'm like, man, I don't want to sell this guy a bad car, but it was working just fine before, you know, bought my Mustang. So I don't know what's really going on with it. And I drove it around, and it's just the fact of me not being used to the clutch anymore caused me to feel that way. After I drove it around for about a solid 5 or 10 minutes, I got back used to its clutch. So, because it engages extremely early. Like, time you press it in, and time you start to bring your foot off just a little bit, it's already engaging. And on this car, it's like engages literally when you're about to let off the clutch. And that was like a huge difference for me. And especially driving in the rain this past week, because Lord knows Alabama has horrible weather. And yeah, I sold it to the guy in the rain. He was in a very weird, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. He was in a weird rush to buy the car. Come to find out, he's not from Alabama. He's from out of town, and he was just on Facebook Market, and he bought the car. I mean, he wanted the car, I'm sorry, and then he bought it because he had a tiburon, and he wanted one with a sunroof and a manual. So, you know, kudos to him. Happy I got to sell him the car, gave him the car he wanted. You know, while I'm driving the car I want. It had low miles. It's like 148. Had a little damage on the side door. It's in my first review, my Honda Tiburon review. I'm parked, man. Why you keep going off? But yeah, just sold it, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was ready for something new. And I'm tall. I'm 6'5". Can't fit in that little car anymore. So it was just time. It was just time to upgrade. And that's what I did, man. Lord bless me. Lord bless me for real. Hey, one thing I can always say is that God is good. Because I don't feel like I will be in a position to drive this car. But yeah, that's pretty much going to kind of conclude this little review. It was just to get my car out there on my channel, not really to be in depth about it, because it's a lot more that I'm going to do to it. A lot more that I'm going to do to this that I did to the Tiburon, solely based on the fact of Tiburon is like it's discontinued at on a lot of websites. So a lot of places really didn't sell anything but, like, you know, cheap air intakes, which I bought and messed everything up completely. That was the worst mistake I ever made on that car. But yeah, everything on the website's just like cheap stuff, like $40 clutches. Everything is like cheap as. They only had one actually known exhaust brand, and it was DC Sport. And then it was a pain trying to find it, and just to find out it's like $700-800 for that little car. It's not worth it. So with that and trying to do things to the motor, it's just really much I couldn't do. I couldn't put really big rims. Not really big rims. I couldn't put sizable rims on it because, you know, it could only go to like 18 or 19 before scrubbing. It was hard to put wheels on it. Shoot, what else? Headlights, I couldn't really change those out. I could have put halogens, like LEDs inside it, like manually myself, but I couldn't have bought any better headlights for it. They don't even have a website for this car, honestly, for parts like that. But yeah, I've been looking around on American Muscle. Shout out to them. And yeah, I plan on doing a good bit to the car. But yeah, definitely please comment anything that you can tell me about the 3V. Like I said, I've been watching car videos or Mustang videos for a long time, but it's a lot different from watching and owning a huge jump. So anything you can tell me, pros, cons, things to watch out for, everything is helpful. Any type of constructive criticism towards it, you know. Do I go crowd hunting? Yes, I do, unfortunately. No, I'm just joking. I don't do that, but that's one of the main things I've been getting since I bought the car, is how many crowds I didn't look for, or how many crowds I didn't hit. And I was thinking about buying a little sticker I've seen on some cars, you know, the insert crowd here, because, you know, it's a pretty big joke. I mean, I kind of like it, low key. You know, when people ask me, you know, how many crowds I've hit, I tell them You know, I haven't found any yet that's, you know, since a hit yet. But I'll definitely find a car show near you. And please be on the side of the road recording so you can see me coming towards you. But no, that's really gonna conclude the video. I gotta go run some errands throughout today. But I just wanted to get this on my channel real quick. And like I said, I'll be doing a video on the difference between a KDM, and a domestic car. For any people who think about switching to an American car or switching from American to a Korean car or a Japanese, that kind of, I'm not finna lie and say they're the same, but you know, they kind of go hand in hand of kind of how they work. Hyundai's not the best brand to base it off of, but you know how it is. So yeah, I'll make that video, and then as I'll make changes to the car, I'll definitely make videos for that. But also, side note, if you ever buy your radio harness from Walmart or anything like that, it's got brackets on it for the shaker audio. So if you don't have the shaker, it's the little tabs on the side that you just pop back. And it took me like 3 or 4 hours to catch on to that. I was out here working on this radio from 11 p.m. at night to 3:30 in the morning to find out, or trying to figure out how to get this in. I didn't see any videos on YouTube. I should have made a video to be a little bit more helpful. But like I said, it's tabs. It'll be, when you buy, it's gonna be tabs on the inside. It's for the Shaker 500 audio. But if you just have the stock, you know, system, the one with the radio, the speakers right there, then you definitely gonna want to peel those tabs back, and they'll just be smooth going from then on with whatever radio you buy. I wish I would have known that before I spent hours literally just trying to get this radio to sit in there. And it's a little bit pushed back right there just because I screwed it in too tight, and I really don't feel like going to the trouble of taking all this off just to loosen it up a little bit. It's not killing me knowing that it's like that. It's like a little gap. It doesn't mess with the radio, anything like that. But that's just a little side note. And yeah, I'll be back with another video soon.